A year ago, I created Google Sheets for coders. This is a quick guide, 15 minutes to coding. If you already know how to code, if you're a programmer somewhere else, I share with you a few things to know about programming inside of Google Sheets. What you're watching now is more advanced tips and tricks. I also put out the code here for hackers. It can be found at bettersheets.co/hackers. If you're looking for way more advanced stuff, I have a course called Master Spreadsheet Automation. It's over 20 hours of really deep coding in Google Sheets and goes through so many examples of using APIs, using AI, overcoming errors, all sorts of things. I even share with you 2 live consulting sessions at the end of that course. You can also find AppScript at bettersheets.co/snippets. Speaking of Better Sheets, if you are watching this on Better Sheets now, great. If you're not a member of Better Sheets yet and watching this somewhere else, Better Sheets has now, I think, 548, so probably 549 tutorials there for you, 34 courses. You can learn to code, automate sheets, add AI, design better dashboards, and even learn how to publish add-ons, which I will talk about later in this video. So couple things I want to go over is the custom menu, creating native-like functions, which is like my favorite thing to do in AppScript. Getting the URL and sheet IDs via AppScript, which is very important. If you're automating sheets and then giving those sheets to other people, you may need to access the URL, and you don't have access to that URL in various ways. So get access to that URL. I'm going to just show you a little deeper. And then I'm going to talk to you about a few things about developing Google Sheet add-ons once we get through all of those and why it's important to develop add-ons. If you're a coder and you already know how to code, coding in Google Sheets provides you a user base of 2 billion users. Oh my God, it's so many people use Google Sheets. You can help so many people. I just created my 7th Google Sheet add-on. Add-ons get add-ons. You can see it. It's called Better Formulas. You can get it if you want. And it is just 2 custom formulas I made and I published. It's called Better Formulas. Let's see if it shows up here. There it is, Better Formulas. I think 17 people got it. It's brand new. I can install it right away and show you how it works. So what I did is actually I improved on 2 native functions, one called isEmail. It didn't include a lot of the domain that exists, so I added more. And then also there seemed to be a error in proper, the actual native function in proper, so I redid it called title case. And so now you can see it's here, Better Formulas. Simple to install. If you create scripts or coding online or for users, and you're looking for a much bigger user base, 2 billion users is pretty big. So come on over to Google Sheets and start programming. Google Sheets is really awesome. But again, in this video, I'm going to show you a few advanced tricks that I think are really cool and will make your coding life in Google Sheets so much better, especially 1, if you use code for yourself, and 2, if you create code and others need to use it. These are super important. Okay, so first off, let's go to extensions AppScript, actually, and we're going to create a custom menu. The custom menu is going to be able to be used at almost any function we create, and it's going to show up right here next to help. So I never remember the code, but I have it at bettersheets.co/snippets. It's one of the top ones right here, custom menu, 2 functions. We can copy it from there, or we can copy it to clipboard from here as well. Let's just copy all of that. So we have the function onOpen. One thing to know is this is a simple trigger. It's called function onOpen. It has to be spelled exactly like this with the same capitalization. The other ones are function onEdit as well. And there's usually some event or E there. And we have the function run like that. You can only have one of these. So if you have multiple files and you find that your onEdits are not working appropriately, make sure you only have one function onEdit. And in our case, we have onOpen here, which is going to create 2 items in a menu and add that to our UI. These menu items won't do anything, but we can actually go function. Let's create them. Let's do something fun like toast menu, toast message. So we're going to do spreadsheet app, get active, whatever active sheet we're on, and toast, and we're going to say hi. And the second thing, actually first thing, we're going to say hi, and the second item we're going to say bye. So we're going to do function menu item, same as before, and now we are going to say bye instead of hi. So we have to say this, and anything with onOpen will be triggered literally when it's open. So we're going to close this and refresh this sheet, Advanced Coding in Google Sheets for Programmers. And right here next to the help, it'll pop up a custom menu. And if we want to say hi, we do have to authorize this, probably the first time it runs. But now that we authorized it, let's go say hi again. And over in the bottom right, we need to authorize again. Okay, let's try that again. Custom menu, say hi. Over in the bottom right corner, it says hi. It says finish script as well. Let's say bye. And there it says bye. So we have this custom menu. This custom menu will make it hella easier if you are creating app scripts and need someone to run it from inside the sheet. They do not have to go to extensions, app script, and actually run any functions. You can make it clickable right here. What are native-like functions? The native functions are all like this, filter, and they have some information here. So let's do some math. Let's do math. And we have, let's say, two items, item 1 and item 2, and we're going to combine those in interesting ways. Let's say we want a return of item 1 plus item 2. So we just want to add these two things together. If we create this in AppScript, this let's do math, and we try to run it, it will run, right? We will go equals let's do math, and we will do 55, comma 55. Let's see what happens. We get an answer. But did you see this? We get this unknown function, let's do math. We don't want that, especially when we're creating functions for people to use that they might not know that's an error they can avoid or rather ignore. We want to avoid that function. So it's really simple. We're going to add a comment here with some asterisks, and all we're going to do is add custom function. That's all we need to do. Save that. And now if I go to equals, let's try that again, equals, let's go to equals, let's do math. It is right there, just along with len, let, left, everything else. It is alongside those. If we want to make it really apparent that or make it seem like a custom function, we can do let's do math in all caps if we want. Let's save that. Let's go delete that. Equal, let's do math. There it is. We can do the tab. Item 1, item 2 will show up here. It will give us the options to add more information if we want. But I love this custom function. It allows us to create simple functions that maybe do some rating, ranking, some arithmetic, some kind of custom proprietary math that you know or that you're programming for a boss or a client. I did this all the time to do CPM. I even made that a Google Sheet add-on to add the CPM function into Google Sheets itself, so people can download and use it right away instead of having to copy the app script. And that's why I think it's super cool to create this at custom function, is that if you are creating app script for someone, even if they are at a different domain, a different business, a different organization, I think it's really fantastic that you can create this at custom function, super simple, and make it seem like it's a native function. So let's create one that we might actually want to do, which is equals get URL. So we want to get the URL of the sheet that we're on. How do we do that? First off, we're going to use this custom function again. We are going to write a function get sheet URL. We don't need any there. It is just going to give us a sheet URL. We need to write function correctly. Function. We are going to return URL. What is the URL? Variable URL will be equals spreadsheet app.getActive spreadsheet get URL. That is all we need to do. And let's do this get sheet URL in parentheses and see what happens. There it is. That's the URL of the spreadsheet that we're on right now. Pretty simple, right? But it doesn't exist. Maybe we want just the ID. Let's copy this whole function and say get sheet ID. The ID is the GID up here of each sheet, or rather tab. We'll have a different GID. This one is 1119411120. So everything gets a different one. Let's do get active sheet, get sheet ID. So we can actually change this to ID instead of URL to make that more clear, that variable. Let's save it and now do equals get sheet ID. Again, just end parentheses, hit enter, and there we go. We got the matching GID. So this is really helpful, especially if you're trying to programmatically get these pieces of information to someone who's using your app script or using a sheet. Maybe you built a template and have some app scripts built in there. This is really cool. So a few things to know about developing Google Sheet add-ons is that is pretty simple. You do need to change this on open. On open this one in particular is going to be UI, get UI, create menu, And that will create literally this menu that's to the right. But when you're developing a Google Sheet add-on, one thing to know is you need to create an add-on menu, which is at extensions, and it's these right here. So let's change this project name to new add-on test. And instead of create menu, what we're going to do is create add-on menu. We're going to save this. And again, this will only happen, this function will only happen when we're open the sheet. So let's refresh the sheet. And you will not see the custom menu over here on the right. But if we go to extensions, not there, let's look. This is something that's very interesting. We got an error that said the string doesn't match the method signature. I think I did this wrong. What we need to do is create a add-on menu, and we do not need a string here because the add-on menu should be this here, the name of this project. Let's rename it, and let's try that again. We can go here, refresh, and now that it's refreshed, we go to extensions, and here it is, new add-on test, and exactly the same things that we had before. The menu, let's say hi. They need authorization again. So once authorized, let's see if this works. Now, new add-on test, say hi. And there we go. It works exactly the same, except it is an add-on. So really cool for advanced coding. If you are coding and you're trying to get your code, one, in front of other people, it's super simple to get it into an add-on and then publish that add-on. I have an entire course on that at BetterSheets, bettersheets.co/courses. It is publish a Google Sheet add-on, and it goes through literally all of the steps to publish your Google Sheet add-on if you're interested in doing that. If you don't know yet how to code, then go take Master Spreadsheet Automation. If you're already a BetterSheets member, then go take Spreadsheet Automation 101 first, and you can also then dive into AI or APIs at your own risk or at your own will. But I thought these were a few things that coders who are coming to Google Sheets and trying to code may not know and may not know exist is this custom menu, creating native-like functions with that custom function, getting the sheet URL is just a test, and then creating that add-on menu is probably one of the most needed things when you're creating an add-on. It's so weird that you have to change your menu to this, but you do if you want to publish a Google Sheet add-on. So if you have access to the sheet as a BetterSheets member, go grab it, and it's all in this app script here. If you're not a BetterSheets member yet, consider becoming one. BetterSheets.co. Become a BetterSheets member today.